Hi, this is a question from the GATE 2021 set 2. This is question number 4. It is from the material science and theoretical question. So question is the cast iron in which possesses all the carbon in form of the cementite. So I will tell you about all. So first is the grey cast iron. In cast iron generally two things are there. First is the carbon and another is silicon. So generally, carbon in the grey cast iron varies from 2 to 4 percentage, and silicon varies from 1 to 3 percentage. So in grey cast iron, carbon exists in the form of graphite. Carbon exists in the form of graphite and in the form of flakes. So the appearance of those flakes is gray, so it's known as gray cast iron, and those flakes are surrounded by like these are the flakes, and these are surrounded by the um, Fe, Fe3C matrix. These are as we know in the composite matrix and reinforcement. So these flakes are works as a reinforcement, and this matrix is of alpha ferrite. So in gray cast iron, carbon exists in form of graphite. Same for the spheroidal cast iron. Spheroidal cast iron is like a ductile cast iron, or it is also known as nodular cast iron. Two names are also there: ductile or nodular. This name nodular and spheroidal is named as the shape of this reinforcement, carbon reinforcement. So it is also same as gray cast iron. As gray cast iron, we add a small amount of magnesium or cerium. Small amount of magnesium or cerium at the time of casting. So that time when we add, so those existing carbon is stabilized as a graphite only, in form of graphite only, but its shape changes from flakes to nodules, small spherical nodular form. So it is more like ductile. So it is named. Now coming to the white cast iron first. So in white cast iron, the amount of the silicon is less than 1%. Silicon percentage is less than 1%. When it happens and cooling from the cooling at higher rate, so it forms. It never. It is graphite is not stabilized there. So carbon exists as Fe3C here. So it exists as Fe3C in white cast iron. It is very brittle. So in here Fe3C exists, but white iron and it is very brittle, so it is not of much practical uses. So it is a intermediate stage. So from here we generally um, heat the white cast iron, and at the 800 to 900 degrees Celsius temperature. So at that time we get the malleable cast iron, and there those Fe3C breaks as the graphite and alpha ferrite. So malleable cast iron is also our final product. So white cast iron is the intermediate product. And here only carbon exists as Fe3C, and in all three it is exists as graphite. So okay, so for more details in the material science, for all these concepts, we can go for these lecture series in the available at the NPTEL. Thank you.